No one force or thing is gonna hold me down.
Welcome to the Gravity Games 2000 Freestyle Motocross video. I'm Pat Parnell, and throughout you'll also be hearing from Kenan Harkin, Gabrielle Reese, and Jamie Little. Gravity Games 2000 is 9 days of alternative sports ranging from downhill luge and skateboarding to freestyle motocross and wakeboarding. Nearly 300,000 people came out to Providence, Rhode Island to check out the festival village, the music, and most of all, the competition.
Our sport's the gnarliest sport out of all extreme sports.
It's not like football where you're a flock of sheep, you know?
I keep doing it because I'm definitely an adrenaline junkie. That's all there is to it.
Dominate the freestyle world, you know, keep it hardcore because that's what dirt bikes are, you know. My roots are racing. I grew up racing.
My mother does not like dangerous sports.
The freestyle came around, I could be who I want to be.
I don't like little jumps. I like something that's at least 75 foot to 100 feet, you know?
Yeah.
Going wide open, I can fall down, get back up, and just go for it. And I do whatever it takes to put on a show, and even if I know what I'm doing, I'm not going to win the event, but I'm going to win the fans, I'm going to do it.
It's racing, it's riding our bikes. And there's nothing else that makes me as happy as riding my bike.
Right now, it's freestyle motocross prelims. Last year's silver medalist, Brian Deegan, a definite step up on the creativity skill from last year.
His tricks are getting bigger. He's also more confident about where he wants to go and especially choosing his line throughout the course.
Talk about line in freestyle motocross. It is so important to utilize as many hits, as many lines throughout the course. They're judged on that. Only the top 10 would advance to the finals. Now, in the sport of freestyle motocross, there is a definite slew of characters, and Deegan
is absolutely the most notorious. He watches way too much professional wrestling. You can see the spikes on him. He's actually a member of the Metal Militia, which is hell-bent on world domination, and that's out of their own mouths. Deegan gets into a lot of trouble. He's known as a troublemaker, both on and off the course. He gets that reputation as being a troublemaker, but that's one he actually thrives on. He enjoys being the troublemaker. Throughout the prelims, he rode well, but he was a little bit subdued. Many of the riders will do that. They wait for the finals before they really start to blow out their craziest tricks.
It's like a cult following the sport. People will literally pack every inch of the city of Providence to watch it. It is amazing. It's hands down, I think, the most popular sport here at Gravity Games.
It is also the most interactive sport between the riders and the crowd. These guys really do know how to hype the crowd up. Here you see Deegan waving to the crowd. The crowd loves that. These guys are showmen. There's something about loud engines that people really love.
Yes, indeed. I mean, if you think about it, freestyle motocross is a sport in its infancy. It's only a couple years old in terms of having organized events and competitions, and it could very well take over something like NASCAR. It's that popular. There's something about it that people relate to. Brian Deegan would end up qualifying in 5th place. And without a doubt, it is a sport that is riddled with injuries. Mike Metzger, during his prelim run, I want to point out, last year he was absent from the 1999 Gravity Games because
of a blown ACL. Did that in the X Games. He didn't have a chance to compete. He was healing up.
He would end up tying Flowers to qualify in 2nd to go on to the finals. Looking back at Metzger's run, just such an amazing rider. Comes out with so much energy and such a barrage of tricks.
Many of these riders admittedly have ridden or still do ride BMX. Metzger is one of them. He loves BMX riding. You can see it influencing not only his tricks, but a lot of the tricks you see in freestyle motocross.
He is undoubtedly one of the pioneers of the sport. Metzger was doing freestyle motocross before it was an organized event. And a definite highlight, looking back at Metzger's run, the double Saran wrap. Some of those gaps that they are going are over 80 feet.
You know, you mentioned earlier about why people would love this sport. I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's because not everyone can do this. Look at how high they're going. Everyone understands. I mean, imagine how hard it is to ride a bicycle. We'll put an engine on that and think about going over an 80-foot jump.
In the prelims, the runs were combined to find out who would make it onto the finals. This run you're seeing right now was the highest scoring run, Metzger's 2nd run, a 91.
Pump him up out there. Come on, let's hear it for Metzger.
Looking back on the run, there were some definite defining moments. Look at the distance on the cliffhanger. No hands.
Feet hooked on the handlebar and just like yee-haw. And here's the Saran wrap you're talking about. It's actually a bar hop air, and then he lets go of the bars and swings his legs to the outside.
Solid riding throughout the prelims. The scores do not carry over to the finals.
Tommy Flowers, you see him here doing the heart attack, didn't quite work out for him. But last year, broke his wrist, actually had to have pins and a plate put in the wrist. Here's the heart attack. It's done by Carey Hart. You see it here being performed by Tommy Flowers. He comes down a little bit off and just slides out.
Regardless of the fall, Flowers would qualify in 2nd place to go on to the finals. But talk about injuries.
Man, Mad Mike Jones out of Pennsylvania. He was riding a 4-stroke last year. He bogged out on his way up a jump, didn't even clear the jump, landed on his head, and the bike landed on top of him. He broke his neck and back, a very serious injury. Just glad to see Mike back out here, and he is riding incredibly.
Last year's silver medalist Brian Deegan would qualify in 5th. The best is yet to come. Here's a look at the top 10 qualifiers for freestyle motocross. You guys are watching like all the competitions, but there's actually a little village, like music, fans are playing.
Ooh, yeah! Oh!
Anybody else like to donate $1? My bike was stolen yesterday.
Don't do this at all, my friend, okay? He wins, he gets a free snowboard. I win, I get a free bike.
Hear me complain. All we need is 800 beautiful people to donate $1, and I could get a bike back.
It's the Freestyle Motocross Finals. People are wedged in just for the possibility to witness a first in the sport of freestyle motocross. The speculation, of course, Carey Hart and the backflips.
This is something that's been haunting me. No kidding around for 2 years. I knew it's always been possible. It's been like a monkey on my back. I gotta do a flip. I gotta flip my motorcycle. I'm gonna load the bike from here. I'm gonna like load the bike into it so I don't get that bottoming up there.
He doesn't take chances. If he's gonna go out and throw a trick, he's gonna run it through his mind 1,000 times.
I really don't want to say about what I'm gonna do. I'd rather you come talk to me afterwards. A year ago, people said, "Oh yeah, it's gonna flatten out. You can only do so much on the bike," and here it is a year later and blowing people's minds. I mean, anything's possible.
He's not gonna go out and just try to pull something just to pull it. So far.
And everybody's speculating. Tom Hart, his father, as you see right there, is probably the only person who knows for sure whether or not Kerry will go for it.
Each of the riders today get two-minute runs. It will be a combination of those runs to decide who walks away with the gold medal.
Pat, a few months ago, TJ Lavin, the bike dirt gold medalist, and Kerry Hart came to Woodward Camp to practice and to teach Kerry how to do a backflip on a BMX bike. He did just that. I happened to be there. I asked him exactly, hey, why are you doing this? He goes, because I want to do it on my motorcycle. It was then that my jaw hit the floor.
It's such a different story. You got 220 pounds of bike versus a BMX bike. Very different.
35 pounds on a BMX bike.
Now you're seeing a lot of stock tricks you normally see from Kerry Hart. You even saw this signature move, the heart attack in his run there, but he's a little off his game right now. You can see it.
Well, he's visibly distracted. Anytime you plan to go for a huge trick, especially one of the magnitude as a flip, I mean, he's definitely going to feel the pressure. Also, the expectations of a lot, there's like Rumorville up there in the pits that he's going to go for it, and he may feel some pressure from his peers whether or not he should go for it.
If he does decide to go for the flip, it is going to be basically smack in the middle of the course. You will know if he makes that decision, if he's going to commit.
And it definitely doesn't look like he's going for it.
And that is going to do it for Kerry Hart. Considering the magnitude of just even attempting a backflip, does it surprise you didn't go for it, Kenan?
No, not at all. He hasn't pulled a backflip. He's probably just working out the kinks in his first run. Most big tricks are saved.
The respect for a maneuver like that, I think there's not a single person out here that isn't waiting for it. Even this year's Bike Dirt gold medalist, Dave Mirra, he wants to see it, as well as all the dedicated fans of freestyle motocross. They're forced to the outside in Festival Village. They have been out here for hours. We even forced Gabby Reese. She's out in the sea of fans right now.
That's right, Pat. How long were you here before this competition started?
A couple hours, 2. 2
hours. And how far did you drive to get here?
All the way from Jersey, about 3.5, 4 hours.
These people are definitely fanatical. Back to you, Pat.
Thanks, Gabby.
Get out of there, Gabby. The guy had a militia hat on.
Kerry Hart's first score, an 83.5. Up on deck right now, Trevor Vines. Since he was 12 years old, his parents were taking him to the Supercross races. On the back of his helmet, you can see the chatterbox. His dad normally does construction work. Today, he's going to be his voice of reason.
Heads up, make us proud, baby.
Well, you know what? I say we do something a little odd for us. We're going to shut up and take the back seat and listen to what his dad has to tell him. Okay, go do it.
Going into fender grab, no hands. Come back around to a heart attack. Go with a big hit. Put your feet together. Look down. Check it. Nice, baby, nice. That's the way to go. Come back around for a flip hanger. Beautiful, beautiful. Come back around for Superman Indian Air. Nice job. Come back around for an open can-can. You're going to go into a knock now. Over the big jump for McNetch, no hands, into a stopping. Nice job, the back row whip. Back over for Superman Indian Air. Got 20 seconds. Okay, come back around, do your sterilizer. Try one more, you guys. Beautiful, I think they got it in there.
Well, Pat, not bad. He only missed the sterilizer, so I guess his coach is doing a good job.
Without a doubt, solid almost all the way through. Trevor Vines, a score of 91.5. Right now we shift gears. Jeff Tilton is up. Started riding BMX way back when, at 4 years old. Slowly but surely, he got involved in the sport of freestyle motocross. Back in 97, broke both arms. In 99, dislocated both shoulders, but he's back competing strongly throughout the tour. Tilton, originally in racing, got involved in freestyle motocross. He's been racing since 91. Lands a clean no-hander right there. I want to re-emphasize the importance of creativity. If you notice, there's many hits in this course. It's easy to get lost. Right now, Tilton kind of going back and forth, keeping it very simple. The judges look for creativity, and they reward it. He's known to love to do nothings and whips, and you're seeing it right there, right to the camera. Oh, and comes right back into the nothing. No hands, no feet coming off the pegs. Solid nothing once again from Jeff Tilton. Oh, and Tilton getting a little creative, lands. Little no-foot can-can, lands on the side. And whips it again. Gets the fender grab. So far, not a stunning, solid run from Tilton. Trying to work the crowd there a little bit. Little semi-extension on the Superman there. Right now, Tilton getting a little lost just at the end of the run here. Gets a little hip, and that is going to finish it up for Jeff Tilton. His score, an 80.5. Not surprising when you consider he didn't really find his way through the course. Nothing dynamic. But right now, they call him the Flying Hawaiian. Clifford Adaptante, originally from Oahu, moved to Oklahoma and now lives in Corona, California. Growing up, Clifford was an Air Force brat, and now he is one of the main innovators in the sport of freestyle motocross. Nice little saran wrap there from Clifford. A couple of years ago, Clifford was competing what they called was My Kid. Now it's called PJ Arena Cross. Eventually saw some guys do Whip It, saw the Krusty video, and through the years realized he had the skills, and now he's one of the dominators in the sport of freestyle motocross. Big bar hop right there. Both legs going over the bars. Call that the Cordova, and Clifford, one of those riders known for beautiful extension, getting all the way back on the bike. Indian Air seat grab from Clifford Adaptante. He started riding at 6 years old on a little Honda 50. Good extension on the Superman seat grab, getting all the way back behind the bike. Solid run so far from Clifford Adaptante. Getting a little lost in the turns, not really pinning it all the way through. And there it is, signature style. They call that the sterilizer. Lands in that bar hop position, both legs over the bar. And that is going to do it. Getting a little, almost casing that on the last jump. Coming down to the landing, Clifford Adaptante. Clifford score an even 88. Right now, Ronnie Feist claims allegiance to the Metal Militia. Earlier in prelims, had a little problem with the two-handed fender grab. But unaffected, Ninja and Karate Skills Feist chopping his way to the finals. Ronnie Feist always bowed to the dojo. His martial art skills influencing his riding. Now his riding, he honed his freestyle motocross skills throughout the Warp Tour. Back when he decided to migrate from New Jersey to California, Brian Deegan definitely helped him out. Lived with Brian Deegan, helped him out through the hard years, and right now, in freestyle motocross, Ronnie Feist is one of the top riders throughout the sport. Pendulum right there, swinging back and forth, getting on each side of the bike. Now think about it, these guys are riding bikes that are 220, 225. Excellent extension from the Cordova. We saw it earlier from Clifford Adaptante, but Feist gets so far back on the bike, extends, almost touching the helmet. A nice little heart attack named after Carey Hart. Big extension on the bar hop, almost getting the entire body in front of the bike. Switching his lineup a little bit here. And a cliffhanger, getting all the way back, getting right on the top side of those boots, holding onto the handlebars. Just a little bit of time there for Ronnie Feist. Pushing it right at the end of the run here. And a no-hander lands confidently. Rides it all the way out. With a big heel clicker right at the end. This is probably going to do it for Ronnie Feist. And it does. Definite moments for Ronnie Feist in that run, a score of 89. Looking back, you saw it, the cliffhanger, watch the feet. They go up, hanging on the bars, just connecting there, and able to grab and ride it out. Right now we step up with a veteran. In a sport where the average age is 15 to 20, Mike Jones is 34 years old. Been nominated Entertainer of the Year from Pace Motorsports, and he's won over 100 jumping contests. And one thing to watch, you saw him get a little loose on the landing there. When Mike Jones, he is a heavyweight. Watch the bike move around. He just basically forces and pushes the bike around in the air, just because he has such weight and strength on his side. Little cliffhanger, no footer. Jones has been competing since 1972. He has such experience on his side, almost casing the jump right there. Lands a little bit on the backside. And a big lazy boy getting all the way back on the bike. It's something he's known for there, big Superman. Does the fender grab and lands the no-hander, rides it all the way out. So important when you land those no-handers, you don't hesitate, you land with confidence and you ride it all the way out. And Jones doing just that. Awesome run so far. See a little repetition out of Jones. Mixing up with a little hip, getting lost on the side of the course. And Jones, a score of 87.5. I tell you, Mike Jones is the George Foreman of freestyle motocross. Look at the way he muscles the bike around on this Superman. Literally moves the bike where he wants. Remember, that's 220 to 25 pounds right there. But then on the cliffhanger to no footer, watch the feet, then mixes it up, feet go out, lands cleanly. They call him the Tomcat. It is none other than Tommy Flowers. He was riding BMX bikes back in the day until he met Mike Craig, a pro rider, along with his dad. They got him into motocross, and since then, he's been at the top of this sport, especially freestyle motocross. Solid with the look back knack off out of the gate. Little no-hander there. Something to watch for with Tommy Flowers, the extensions on all his tricks. He truly punctuates whatever he's trying to do on the bike. On a style factor, that means so much to the judges. And right there, textbook style Superman air, gets all the way back, bio parallel with the bike. That is such a good example of what we're starting to see in the sport of freestyle motocross. So many variations, each rider taking their own signature on tricks. And Flowers, definitely one of the more innovative riders. Once again, Flowers getting a little loose on the side. Very innovative all the way through this run. We haven't seen repetition. Awesome extension. Did you see Flowers completely vertical on the heart attack? Textbook style. One of the most thought out runs we've seen so far. And that is going to finish it up for Tommy Flowers, a score of 91.5. Can always count on Flowers coming in with a little authority on his tricks, but he always signs it with little signature style right there all the way through the run. We didn't see any repetition, and then he always pulls out the stock tricks, the things like the whippets, the nothings, and right here, Flowers doing it, getting so sideways on that, but lands cleanly all the way through. The infamous Brian Deegan gets his armor ready for his first run.
Metal Militia is a group of boys that, it's like a long time ago, we were over the corporate ways.
Metal Militia is the hardcore motocross riders that
don't really care what anyone thinks. We're just gonna do what we want. I'm out there to take the win at all costs.
Metal Militia want ad. Must love Ozzy. Bite the head off bats. And oh, you have to have a marketing degree also.
Brian Deegan, if you can believe it, his dad is a school superintendent, his mom a teacher, but he's one of the best riders in the sport of freestyle motocross. Last year's silver medalist.
The reason he's so good is he follows a prescribed way of hitting all the jumps. He knows exactly what he's going to do before he hits the course. Pat Deegan lives in a nice gated community, safe from all the vagabonds out there in the world, and he's also the CEO of Militia Industries.
It's funny, Deegan was very frustrated with the Supercross corporate world, went on his own, and at events like these, you see so much of his products. He's kind of like an entrepreneur with amazing riding skills.
Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
Huge Indian air, but like we said, he backs it up with solid riding.
There is some solid riding, busting out the Cordova. Gotta look out for scoliosis after that trick.
Clearing 65 feet, lands with the no-hander. Deegan is starting to put together one of the most solid runs we've seen so far here today.
Well, remember, Pat, he is on an absolute mission. Last year, silver medal, couldn't quite dethrone the reigning champion at that point, which was Travis Pastrana. He's out at a Supercross event, can't be here, so we're going to have to consider Deegan one of the favorites to win. And it's beginning to look like Deegan can do it. He is extending all his tricks, and he's throwing them back to back.
And that is going to do it for Brian Deegan's first run. He really covered all the bases, like he pointed out, Ken.
He certainly did. Here's the Cordova. It's a staple of freestyle motocross tricks. He added that and a bunch more of exciting moves in his run.
Deegan's first run, the highest of the day so far, a 93.50. Right now, it's Kenny Bartram up on deck. You hear a lot of hype between the good and evil in freestyle motocross. He definitely sits on the good side. This guy listens to country music. He's like a good old boy from Oklahoma.
Kenny Bartram, good friends with Travis Pastrana, who won gold in this event last year. Some of his tricks resemble Travis's as well. There you go, nice Indian air seat grab. You can really hear his bike. If you listen, you can hear it winding out.
He's pinned right now.
Yeah!
Look at that, the lazy boy all the way over.
Oh, yeah! Pulling up double saran wrap. He is pulling out some seriously hard tricks.
Just to break it down once again, each rider gets 2 runs, 2 minutes each. It's a combined score that's going to decide if they get the gold medal. They have 8 jumps they're dealing with here and 10 different hits, that being just the hips, the sides of the ramps they can play with. They're definitely judged on the creativity, the way they use the course.
Yes, squeezing in 2 wheel clickers. He's now maximizing his airtime. He's squeezing in as many tricks as possible.
Yes. Oh my goodness!
No way!
Over the 90-footer.
That was a double grab, like heart attack or Superman seat grab. Completely stretched like this was Stretch Armstrong. A toy from the 70s. for Kenny Bartram. Hey, this is what I was screaming about. Look, double grab, stretches himself out. Awesome, comes right back down perfect. He's actually got holes cut in the side of his bike so he could grab easier.
Bartram's score a 93.50. Right now he is tied with Brian Deegan. Our last rider of the round, it is none other than Mike Metzger. This guy is so responsible for where freestyle motocross is now. He was one of the first riders ever featured in the mainstream motocross publications.
Probably one of the first lunatics to start taking his hands and feet off it. He's a BMX fan. He really started riding BMX bikes, and that's how he started experimenting with all those tricks. And when I say lunatic, Pat, I mean that in the nicest possible way.
Something to look for when you watch Mike Metzger ride. It's almost like he feels his way through the course. A lot of these riders kind of choreograph, meditate what they're going to do, but he does not telegraph whatsoever what he's going to do.
Pat, I like that. It's kind of like the Luke Skywalker scene where he's in the Millennium Falcon, you know, with the blast shields on. However, that's exactly what he's doing. He is just ad-libbing, and look at how exciting he is to watch. Look at that swing like no-footed can-can to no-footer.
Last year, Mike Metzger absent from the Gravity Games just a month prior for his ACL. He is definitely one of those riders who has been riddled with injuries throughout his career.
Well, that's because he does not know any speed except fast.
Whoa, right there, a little hesitation on the hill clicker.
Something else I want to point out about Metzger's riding is he loves to hold tricks for as long as he possibly can.
Just getting to this contest, Metzger threw his 2 pit bulls, his new wife, into a car and drove from California all the way to Providence, Rhode Island.
Oh, check it out! Look at the cameraman! You know, actually, if you hit the cameraman, you get more points. But you know what? That's what I'm talking about, ad-lib. The jump was in his way, so he hit it. Yeah! Finishing things off with a nice McCrank whip.
An explosive and creative run, but there was hesitation for Metzger. Look at this.
Keep your eyes on his feet. He lifts them up to try and do something, but it's like, maybe not. Now look, does the heel clicker. That's how much air and how much time these guys have.
Mike Metzger's first run, a score of 91. He is going to have to improve if he plans to catch Deegan.
But not just Deegan, Kenny Bartram. He is tied with Deegan in first place. In third place, we have another tie with Clowers and Vines.
Still looming in the air, though, is the question, can a backflip be done on a motorcycle? Carey Hart's last run, next.
Carey Hart, Las Vegas, freestyle motocross. Me and my dad kind of grew up together, you know. Me and my mom wasn't around, so me and my dad was a 23-year-old kid stuck with a little kid himself.
Harry rode a motorcycle before he rode a bicycle. I bought him his first motorcycle when he was 3. Bought him a bicycle when he was 4. Didn't want nothing to do with that because he had to pedal it, you know. So the bicycle went in the garage and the motorcycle went out every weekend. I've always had access to equipment. I run a construction company in Vegas. So we went out and built a motocross track right in our front yard, basically.
My dad has been involved with my riding since, like, you know, the day I put my leg on my bike for the first time, and as I grew up, he was always there at every local race, you know, sweep my gate for me.
It's the only thing that we have really bonded on, because I've always worked construction. He's either been in school, and when he's not in school and I'm not working, we're out playing in the dirt. Back in the day, we had some choices to make. Let's see, we want to go to a race this weekend or pay the gas bill, so a lot of times we took cold showers.
It's kind of come full circle. So now that I'm not racing no more, I'm doing the freestyle thing, but my dad's built courses for us. I mean, my dad's involved again in the sport, which, I mean, that's the greatest thing for me, is because, I mean, I love having my dad around, and there's not too many sports you can, you know, a father and son can do that, and I'm definitely lucky to have that bond with my dad.
I'm still watching. He's still my little boy now. I don't care how old he is, he'll be my little boy forever. Being able to see my son do what he does and come out and be a part of it, I would trade it for nothing.
We are upon a moment that both Tom and Carey Hart have anxiously been awaiting. Carey's last and final chance here today in Providence. The energy has reached epic proportions. Everyone out here knows the impact this will have on the sport of freestyle motocross if Carey Hart pulls off a backflip. Right now, let's go over to the deck.
Carey Hart just told me he's going to attempt a backflip. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Back to you.
And Kevin, this is what we were talking about. Right now, he has decided, for the most part, to throw away his second run. You can see him eyeing the jump.
Pat, I have to tell you, there's a lot of apprehension from a lot of people as well. We are not sure this can be done. It's no joke. He can be seriously injured. That bike is 220 pounds.
People are on pins and needles right now. He's coming for his second pass. No, Carey Hart, second time around. He is not going to go for the backflip, at least not yet.
Pat, going through his mind right now, there's got to be a million things. This is unbelievable tension.
No! Carey! You've got to be kidding me! Carey Hart has done the unthinkable!
Good God!
What you just saw was the most monumental moment for freestyle motocross here in Providence.
Here we go. He makes it around. Look, he even has time to get ready for a landing. He lands low. I mean, he had no idea where he's going to land, so I am giving it to Carey. Anyone that has that much cojones to do this, look at how high he is. His head has got to be 25 feet off the ground. The shots completely bottom out.
The entire freestyle motocross camp, including Mike Metzger, are amazed.
With good reason, Pat. Their sport just took a quantum leap forward.
Carey Hart just blew the doors open on the possibilities of his sport. The fact that he is in one piece, he had no idea how much speed to bring in through that.
I have to tell you, it was a beautiful backflip. Look at how he sets it. He pins the throttle. He sets the flip. He rotates. Awesome. You cannot ask for a more perfect flip. Yeah, the landing wasn't perfect, but remember, this is a first. Here's his dad looking on as it happened. Yes, when he notices his son is safe, he is gone.
Not only Carey's dream, but also his dad's dream has just been realized. But the surge of energy that sends through the entire crowd, all the other athletes, even Dave Mirra, amazed.
Competitor Brian Deegan, watch his eyebrows, they almost lift off his head.
Carey, did you ever have any hesitation out there that you were going to pull it?
No, I committed fully off the face. I mean, I got all my buddies here backing me, everybody knew I could do it. And I just yanked hard, and I saw the landing going that way, underneath me, out the flap, but I pulled it.
What was the feeling? What was going through your mind as you were in the air?
It's unbelievable. It's like, I thought it was gonna be like on a bicycle. I was cool. I don't know how I was, but I felt high.
That was awesome, Carey. Congratulations. History in the making.
Oh, yeah.
Back to you guys.
Here it is again. Keep your eyes on Carey Hart. He comes up to the jump right before it. He just guns the throttle, puts his body back, and lets the ramp flip him. When you jump a motorcycle, what you're doing is you're fighting against this very thing. He just lets nature take its course, lets the loop happen. An unbelievable moment.
Unthinkable, impossible, not for Carey Hart. Only he knows the feeling right now. Somehow, some way, we're going to have to get it together. Believe it or not, there is still more riding.
An incredible day for Carey Hart, but even more incredible for Kenny Bartram right now, tied with Brian Deegan in first place with a score of 93.5. He looks to improve. Good extension with the Indian Air seat grab. Last year, Kenny Bartram paired up with Travis Pastrana. They rode the doubles, took home the gold medal. Oh, Kenny Bartram goes down. Just trying to pin it in the corner. Good thing to point out about Kenny Bartram, he rides a 125. You can hear it almost fully pinned there in the corners. Most of the other riders ride a 250, a much stronger bike. Kenny Bartram is one of those guys who has the ability, but has problems with inconsistency. Good extension. Once again, with the recliner there, Lazy Boy pulling it all the way back. A little saran wrap to saran wrap from Kenny Bartram. He has the trick repertoire. The question is, can Kenny Bartram remember his line, not get shuffled in the corners there, and bring it all the way through? A cool thing about Kenny Bartram, he represents the total opposite freestyle motocross. In fact, he's the antithesis of the Metal Militia. Basically, an all-around good kid, loves to ride, very clean image. Yes, Shazam! Kenny Bartram taking a little influence from Carey Hart with the heart attack and landing his signature on it, the Barn attack. If you notice on that, he had both hands on the seat, getting completely vertical, and Kenny looking down to his watch, getting a little lost on the time factor there. And going for the Cordova right at the last part of the run. That's going to finish it for the Cowboy, Kenny Bartram. One of the best things about freestyle motocross, each rider brings a little customization into it. Right there, he does it with his version called the Bart attack, and even with stock tricks like the heel clicker, and gets a little one-hander after that out to the crowd. Solid run from Kenny Bartram. Kenny Bartram taking a little hit on the score with the fall in that run, a 90. So we'll see if he can hold on with his tie with Brian Deegan.
No way, dude. I can't even believe I did this.
Carey Hart's first look at the most defining moment of his life.
Dude, I can't even believe I did it.
Looks like we have a new leader now.
Progression aside, we still have a contest here. Deegan currently tied for first. This is his second and final run.
He has got to be wondering, man, how am I going to top that? But remember, Pat, these guys are judged on 2 complete runs. Yeah, Carey did the backflip. It'll be in everyone's head. But we still have to remember it is a complete run that will get you the goal.
Well, Carey Hart ended up hitting a 72.50. But look what was accomplished. So much. Right now, Brian Deegan's validation can very well come with a gold medal. He got the silver last year.
It seems like he's sticking to his previous formula, Pat.
Keep in mind, Brian Deegan is one of the most accomplished riders in the sport. He's the 1999 World Freeriding Association champion. And
yeah!
It's riding like that that has brought Deegan to the top of the heap. With authority on the no-handed landing, Deegan is going to need to put a solid run like his first if he plans to medal. It is all about consistency right now.
And he looks to be doing just that. His run has been precise. He's been hitting all of his scripts. He could be on his way.
Awesome extension over the 65-foot gap with the heart attack. do it for Brian Deegan. Right now, Jamie's with Kerry's dad, Tom Hart.
Tom, what was going through your mind when you saw Kerry just hit the throttle? You knew he was going for it.
Well, he had talked about it all week, and that was his big thing on coming to the Gravity Games this year, taking it to the next level, just like he did last year with the heart attack and the double C crowd. He's been talking about it for a month, trying to get me to build him a jump that he could practice on. I said, well, we're going to practice. Let's practice in gravity.
So it was a two-man thing. Or whose decision was it?
It was definitely Kerry's decision. He wanted to do it. This was his mission this year, and I told him I'd build it for him. So that's where we're at.
Were you nervous watching him out there, though?
Yes, I was. I was nervous, but I knew he could pull it. He was confident he could pull it, knew he could pull it, and he pulled it. So here we are. The next level, backflips.
You ran out there. You're his biggest fan. You were out there with him in that pileup, first person.
Yeah, he's my son. He's also my best friend. I love him a lot, and I'm really proud of him.
All right, congratulations on you guys. It was a joint effort. We'll send it back to you guys.
Thanks, Jen.
Definitely overshadowed by the backflip, but an amazing performance. His score, a 92.50. Brian Deegan, right now in the first place position. Only one rider could take it away, Mike Metzger. He needs a 95. His first scoring run, a 91. Has to make up for some room there.
Metzger absolutely has the tricks in the flair. Pat, I'm speaking with Metz earlier on. He was telling me he loves big jumps. As a matter of fact, a jump that he practices on at home is 110 feet. That's 20 feet bigger than the biggest jump here.
Well, the fact of the matter is, most of the competitions that these guys compete in at the freeride events, they're in tight little auditoriums. But course designer Rob Christine has definitely utilized the space here in downtown Providence. Some of the 90-footers, 70-footers, even some 45. This is the kind of conditions that Mike Metzger thrives on.
Must be feeding off the energy out there today. He seems to be having such a great time riding his bike. You wouldn't even think that he's in a contest.
Over the 90-footer, no problem. He's only got a couple more hits. He needs to get a 95 or better to beat Brian Deegan right there.
That was some severely unnatural twisting going on. Yo, whatever! He can whip so far and then somehow pull those whips right back in.
Great extension on the Superman. And that is going to do it for Mike Metzger.
No, it is not. He's still on the course.
Just taking a victory lap. You do get caught up in the frenzy of energy.
Where is he going now? Oh, no way!
Whoa! Metzger goes, he came down so hard on that. He went off the side of the hip. These guys really make it look too easy. They are at such heights, and when they don't have the bike to land on, the amount of impact is bone-crushing. Look at the height where Metzger loses the bike. He comes down and watch the back of his neck. That's a good sight. Mike Metzger able to walk off. His second run scored the highest of the day. Unfortunately, a half a point shy of the gold medal. That means Brian Deegan is your 2000 Gravity Games Freestyle Motocross gold medalist. The silver medal going to Mike Metzger and the bronze to Kenny Bartram. Clifford Adaptante, Tommy Clowers, Mike Jones, and Ronnie Feist were unable to medal. In 10th place, a rider who epitomized the spirit of what these games are about, Carey Hart.
He could care less about a medal. That's exactly what these sports are all about. It's about winning a battle within yourself. If you decide, hey, I want to go out and put a perfect run together and you do it, you've won. If you say, hey, I want to go out there and do a backflip and you did it, you've won. It doesn't necessarily have to be a big trick. It's about winning the battle in your mind.
Determination, passion exemplified by Carey Hart. But last year's silver medalist Brian Deegan persevered, following the hysteria of the backflip, and went on to grab the gold.
Brian, this had to be the biggest one of your life, up there with the best.
I'm stoked to win this event. I trained all year for this event. You know, I busted some of the sickest tricks, and I feel I deserve the win. Pretty much here with the Metal Militia representing. Yeah, my roots are motocross, supercross. You know, I paid my dues racing. And I won a few races, a few nationals, and came out here, showed my skills, and took the win. I'm pumped.
Carey Hart went out there, he pulled a backflip, something nobody's ever done. Do you feel like that might have overshadowed you a little bit?
If everyone puts their attention on a guy pulling a backflip, you know, that takes away from freestyle. You know, the guy, that's all he had was to make, you know, to highlight his run was a backflip. Some people just can't step up and bust all the gnarly tricks, you know. That's an all or nothing move, you know. Who's saying that, you know, everyone won't be doing that next week, you know? It's just the first guy to do it.
No! Carey! You've got to be kidding me! Carey Hart has done the unthinkable!
Good God! This sport just took a quantum leap forward.
Carey Hart just blew the doors open on the possibilities of this sport. Determination, passion exemplified by Carey Hart.
So for Kenan Harkin, Gabrielle Reese, Jamie Little, and all of the Gravity Games athletes, I'm Pat Parnell. Thank you for joining us for Gravity Games 2000.
Yo, it's Mike Myers. Just doing my thing, you know. Just trying to get it done. Check it. I've been trying to do my thing in this rap game for a long time. I kick strong rhymes, but it's been hard times. Been through the industry mumble jumble. You see, life is like an obstacle course. Sometimes you stumble. Stayed humble with a little acclaim I gain. I'm prepared for whatever fame will bring. Will I fall in the same tribe as these cats before me? Will the fans ignore me, or will they adore me? Will I have glory and wealth, or just stories to tell? Am I destined to succeed, or is it for me to fail? Yo, dog, I don't know what the future will hold. All I know is I'm trying to complete my goal. If the truth be told, I don't trust nobody but a few. So I don't give a damn about you. You a fan or a friend, or you buying my CD? Other than that, we don't really need to speak. Yo, I'm just doing my thing. Yo, I'm just doing my thing. Yo, I'm just doing my thing. Yo,
I like something that's at least 75 foot to 100 feet, you know? Yeah.
Yo, I'm just doing my thing. Yo, I'm just doing my thing. Yo, I'm just doing my thing. Yo. I'll be up late night trying to make tight rhymes and beats. I ain't trying to sleep. See, the best is what I'm trying to be. I never reach that, but I be close enough. Trying to get the crowd opened up. You know what sucks? How these whack MCs get on. Knowing damn well they whole style I sit on. You making bets, then I'm the one you put your bid on. The money on me and I guarantee you get your win on. I don't know what it takes to make a hit. I don't have a clue. I just do what I know how to do. Feed it to the people who want real hip hop. If it's tight, they will cop. If it ain't, they will not. It's that simple, that's how I keep it, so they can peep it. It's no secret, the mic I freak it. Yo, man, I see
it's the Freestyle Motocross Finals.
You was hating me way before I kicked the flow. You didn't know your info is on the wrong source. You're on the right path, but you on the wrong course. It's like Jordan playing baseball, they in the wrong sport. Or Agassi shooting hoop, you know we on the wrong court. Yo, I'm just doing my thing, yo. 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 Oh, you gotta do your thing.
Praise. No one